Alright, what is up everyone? Indyboi Racing here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you could join me today. And please remember, this is a beginner's guide given to you by a beginner. So I thought I'd try my hand at the beautiful Mount Panorama Bathurst course in Assetto Corsa Competizione. So get ready for a spicy lap, my rendition of a track guide, and then we're going to check what's under the hood to give you the fastest lap. So let's go. Alright, what a beautiful lap. I think so. So here's my rendition of the track guide. Try to stick with me because as soon as I slow the car or stop it, it will anti-stall and shut down. So we're moving a little fast-paced here. Here we are, first turn right at the light pole here. And at the 50 meter, you're going to let off and then start braking. Aim for your apex here to the left. Drop it down into first gear. Really get your tires on that curb and swing yourself out. You will be kind of letting open the wheel there a little bit. Try your best to get it as straight as possible and as fast as possible, because coming out of that turn you will want to continue to go into the wall. So get it straight as possible, and here we are flying down here, getting into 5th or 6th gear depending how you're feeling it. Do not go all the way to the left or right because this is a bumpy course and it will suck you into the grass. So as we're coming up for this strong right-hander, right to your left, this little last patch of cement, let off, brake at the 50, drop it in the first gear, aim for the candy cane curb over here, and start getting it into 2nd gear here. You'll feel it. Go right it all the way out to the left, and then at the end of that, pump it into 3rd gear and get 3rd gear going. Do not switch into 4th, because right here at this open, let off, aim for the apex, and 3rd gear you will be flying enough to coast through here safely. At the end of that black signage there, start braking, drop it into 1st, and just like the first turn, ease your way in and straighten that wheel out immediately. Come over here to the right to the other candy cane, follow it, let it kind of slingshot you out, and then cut it into the right here. You want to hug this wall, and then as soon as you see it straighten it out, pop over to the left. You will now have the opportunity to pump it into 4th gear here. However, I tend to let off a tiny bit down these hills. You can go flat out in this section, but I'm a beginner giving you a beginner's guide. All right, so you can go flat out, but be careful the way this is. You will slingshot to those walls. So let off a tiny bit, and as you're coming down here, I let off. I keep it in 4th gear to keep that momentum and have not too much wheel spin coming through this section. You want to hug those curbs and then start making your way here. As soon as you see the new sign, let off, drop it into 2nd gear, aim for this red wall, aim to the right, and then swing left. Get your tires on that curbing. Light butterfly brake, drop it into 1st gear. Hard brake here and bring your wheels right to the left and then straighten it out immediately. Now we're gonna go flying. You think you're home free, you're not. Right here, just like the section just before. Light tap on the brake, drop it from 3rd, 2nd, 1st gear here at the turning section. Let your car bring it all the way almost to that wall. Give it a little kiss, and now you are in a section to just start flying. And as you're flying, your steering wheel will feel everything on this track. So fight it with 100% force feedback. Fight it. Keep your car straight. Right here, as the white paint gets way lighter, bring it into the right and let off around this 75-meter mark, maybe a little bit earlier at the 100. Drop it into 1st gear. And as you're midway through this turning point, 2nd gear will give you enough momentum then to get it all the way through here, going pretty fast. Then here we are dropping it. Boom. You want to be in dropping the gears and braking at that 50-meter mark, hitting the 1st gear and finishing a lap here at Bathurst. What's under the hood? All right. So for this, what I did essentially was go to the most aggressive setup and then started making slight changes. But because I'm new to this, I actually like the tire setup they have, because I noticed after about an hour and a half of driving, my tires were still in the optimal pressure range and treated me amazingly. You can see my wear here, not too much wear on the tire, so this is great if you're an aggressive driver, late breaker, and you love flying. Electronics, easy. TC, none. ABS, I play with that 1 or 2. EC map, not too familiar, but TC2, I keep at 1. Essentially, that's how much the engine is cutting when traction control is getting turned on. I don't like the engine cutting too much, so I drop it to 1. Fuel and strategy, I keep the same as the aggressive level. Now here's where we get really fun. Anti-roll bar, 35. Brake bias, 56. 57%, play with it. Steer ratio, 13. Anti-roll bar, 17. In my preload differential, this will help with the rear end spinning out on you on this track, so that way you can still have tons of aerodynamic speed. Keep this at 250, and then with the bump stop range on my rear end, I bump that down to 9, because I noticed when I hit a curb, I lost the rear end and would spin out. So you want that a little stiffer. The front end I kept stiff, just like the aggressive presetting. Here, my ride height for the rear was 57 with a rear wing of 10 and a brake duct of 1. That definitely helped the air. You know, I don't want the brakes cooling down too much, so this helped with that, keeping them nice and high, engaging the brakes on the rear end. Front ride height 55, and then brake ducts 3. So, as I said, messing around with the mechanical grip and dampers will definitely allow you to keep your aerodynamic settings nice and crisp and help you keep that straight line speed and definitely swing yourself around Bathurst. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.
Is that real sweat? It's real sweat. I'm a high performance athlete. Athletes sweat. Sweat, baby.
Ki, ki, ki. Ra. Sweat, sweat.